Hello and welcome back to Nelson All Over Cards. My name is Nelson and today we are doing a Marvel Champions recorded gameplay where we're playing the Deck Factory of the Week deck, which is a Black Widow meditation deck. Now, if you're curious about the deck build, I have linked a video down below in the video description where we go pretty in depth on the deck build and how it's supposed to function. And that is going to be the great, well, that seems a little arrogant. That's going to be a resource if you want to know what the deck is doing. Basically, high level is we're going to be spending a lot of time in Alter Ego and using meditation to cheat out a lot of high cost shield cards. I chose Taskmaster to go up against because I think that's a fun theme. Also, the Black Widow kind of techs against Taskmaster a little bit because Taskmaster is trying to do a lot of things when you flip into hero. And if we can stay in Alter Ego a good bit, then we can avoid a lot of that. Like Taskmaster, when you flip into hero, you have to take damage based on boost icons discarded, or hunting down heroes. You have to place threat or take damage whenever you are in hero form, resolving step 1 of the villain phase. So I'm hoping that this is going to be just kind of a fun showcase of what we can do and how lethal you can be in Alter Ego. Okay, we're going to get 6. We're looking for meditation. We're looking for Sky Destroyer. We're looking for a lot of helicarriers, Finder's Mansion, that kind of stuff. We got Black Widow Gauntlet, that works. We're looking helicarrier, that works. Genius, Quake, Widow's Bite, and Monica Chang. Honestly, all really solid stuff. So right now, if we wanted to, we could, if the card doesn't matter, I'm going to turn it face down. Genius and this card can play helicarrier. Helicarrier can play Black Widow's Gauntlet. Black Widow's Gauntlet can play Widow's Bite, which draws us a card. Right, so we already have a pretty decent start because mission prep, we get to draw a card. That being said, I think what we're going to do is we're going to mulligan Quake and Monica. I would like to get Monica. Monica brings in surveillance teams, which is going to help us thwart. I'm going to hang on to Monica. If we draw into something that has us call an audible, we could probably drop Monica. We're going to draw into an energy. That may actually be that audible play that we're looking for. Cool. Okay. That's fun. That's fun. 2 doubles. No meditation. But now we can look at playing Monica and potentially a helicarrier. And if we wanted to, we could like hang on to Widow's Bite. Or we could hang on to Black Widow's Gauntlet, right? So if we use this to play the helicarrier, we can play Monica and hang on to Black Widow's Gauntlet, keeping those resource generators around. I think that's actually what we're going to do. I think I would rather have the resource generator right now than a Widow's Bite, which can only be triggered in hero. We do get a card draw off of that, but I don't know what we would be able to do with that card draw because we kind of spent everything already. So yeah, let's start with that. We're going to use a Widow's Bite and a Genius to play Helicarrier. We're going to use Helicarrier, spend an energy to play Monica Chang. Monica Chang enters play. We get to search our deck for a surveillance team and then add 1 Snoop counter to each surveillance team. So surveillance team usually comes in with 3, but with Monica, they're going to come in with 4. We can exhaust the surveillance teams to remove threat from a scheme. So that's pretty cool. Natasha does not have a use for a basic activation, but we're going to stay in Alter Ego. We're going to stay down here. I think we're going to go ahead and thwart Hydra Patrol. And maybe grab that Insight guy. Yeah. Let's go Monica and a surveillance team to take out Hydra Patrol. Oh, ooh, I forgot to do this. Hydra Patrol put it into play. So Hydra Patrol clears. That takes the Crisis icon away. Crisis is going to be an issue here if we don't have an answer to it. We're going to probably grab the regular. I'm just making sure that there isn't anything with a 0 scheme. There isn't. But since we put the minion into play whenever we thwart down Hydra Patrol, the Insight does not take trigger, or does not trigger. It's one of those weird whenever you put into play versus revealing. So Hydra regular comes in, we don't Insight 1. He will scheme, but here we are. We're kind of looking for, it would be really nice if we got a Sky Destroyer soon. Sky Destroyer is our answer to minions. We already pitched Quake, so or any other minion, right? Or any other ally. Like Dazzler can really kind of take out the Hydra minion. We got Covert Ops. That's love it. Love it, love it. Give me a meditation now. Agent 13, nice. Homeland Intervention, that's 4. Dum Dum, 5. And an Acrobatics. I'm going to go 1 here. Now, this says every player in hero form. We're not in hero form, so we're good. Taskmaster is going to scheme for 2. Plus 0, that's big. That's really big. And then we're going to add 1 additional one for this Hydra regular here, taking us up to 5. Our encounter card is going to be an exhaustion. It's going to surge, exhaust our identity. We didn't have a meditation, so whatever. Into Taskmaster's shield. He's going to give him retaliate 1. We can exhaust our hero, spend a mental and a physical resource to discard the card. I'm going to grab a retaliate because I forget all the time. Sweet. Let's use... I really want to play Covert Ops. That's the big one right now. I'm trying to figure out if I can, and I think I can. Let's use Helicarrier to play the Gauntlet. Gauntlet we can exhaust to play a preparation card, which will be Acrobatics. Whenever we play a prep card, we get to draw. We're going to draw into the Winter Soldier, which costs 3 right now. Probably not worth it. So we will use Agent 13, Dum Dum, and Winter Soldier to play Covert Ops. Remove 4 threat from a scheme and confuse the villain. So, beautiful. Love that you can play that in Alter Ego. Such a cool card. And then we'll play Homeland Intervention, exhausting Surveillance Team to clear the last little bit off of here. Monica is going to just punch this regular for 1, which doesn't have a huge impact on the game right now, but here we are. We'll stand up. We'll draw into Mockingbird, or Blockingbird as I like to call her. Widow's Bite. Meditation, there it is. Let's go. Let's go. Meditation, Homeland Intervention, Dance of Death, and another Covert Ops actually is pretty interesting here because we may hang on to Covert Ops. We're not going to have a great target unless we get a side scheme to use Covert Ops. It would confuse Taskmaster, but I feel like we have a pretty nice headroom of what we want to be. Or, yeah. So we got 1. Taskmaster is confused. Hydra is going to add 1 more. And counter card is a Relentless Robots. There we go. Each player engaged with a Sentinel minion cannot thwart this scheme. Comes in with 3. Perfect. Let's go ahead and use Black Widow's Gauntlet to play Widow's Bite, which is going to draw us a card into security. Surveillance Team, I'm probably not playing Surveillance Team. I want to be using them and getting them into play with Monica. If it happens, it happens, but not the goal. Let's use Meditation, exhaust Natasha to play Covert Ops to clear Relentless Robots and confuse the villain. Beautiful. We'll Helicarrier, Dance of Death, Surveillance Team to play Blockingbird, which will stun Taskmaster. And then we're going to use Blockingbird to take out the regular. Nice. We'll use Homeland Intervention, exhaust Surveillance Team to clear the main. There we are. Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. I like how we haven't flipped the hero form. Now, this is not meant to be a deck where you spend the entire game. There's Sky Destroyer. Let's go. Entire game in Alter Ego, but I like to see how long I can sit down here. We got Dance of Death, Dazzler, Grappling Hook, X, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a Meditation. Let's freaking go. Meditation with this high cost hand. We can drop Dazzler and X if we wanted to. That's pretty sweet. That's honestly really awesome. We got 1 here. We're confused. We got an encounter card, which is a Gang Up, which is going to surge because we're an Alter Ego, into a Capture by Hydra. Let's go. So we're getting some of our fun allies now. Heck yeah. Okay. So we have a couple of options. This could be a turn where we find a reason to flip up. If we wanted to... We could play Grappling Hook, drop X, and Sky Destroyer. That feels pretty decent. And then with Black Widow's activation, well, we wouldn't have a Black Widow activation because we have meditation, but maybe next turn we can thwart down that capture by Hydra. But if we use meditation, we'll exhaust. Actually, first let's do this. Let's go Helicarrier and Black Widow's Gauntlet to play Grappling Hook. That'll draw us a card into Ready to Rumble. I think we're going to use Ready to Rumble as a resource rather than dropping it on the table. I explained in the meditation video that I want to use Ready to Rumble kind of as a bank because I can evaluate a Ready as about 2 effective costs, which is what Ready to Rumble is. But that's also what you're discounting when you play meditation. You're discounting a card, spending your activation for 2. And so I'm kind of like, I think of it as like I'm banking this for later. So let's use meditation now. Exhaust to play Sky Destroyer. So every time we play a shield card, including this one, we get to deal damage to an enemy. Now this is not an attack, so we don't trigger the retaliate. Or, yeah, we don't trigger the retaliate. Okay. We will use Dance of Death, Dazzler, and Ready to Rumble to play Professor X and choose to confuse Taskmaster. We're going to flip up to hero form. We're going to discard the top card and take 1 damage. That's from Taskmaster. Sweet. We got X going to thwart 3 here. Take that down to... Oh, heck, we can get the capture by Hydra right now if we want to. Takes that ally into their hand. We don't have anything to pay for the ally, which may be fine. Maybe fine. We may want to go ahead and just take it out. We got Blocking Bird. We'll hit 1. Let's have fun. Let's have fun. Optimally, I may would want to leave this for remove this scheme from the game because all of these allies have a response whenever you play them from your hand. You get a benefit, and we could hang on to the ally too if we really wanted to. We don't have to play it this turn. They all cost 0, but we'll reroll the 6. Got a 4. Shang-Chi. After you play Shang-Chi from your hand. Oh, shoot. Taskmaster is stunned. That's pretty funny. I hope we draw that card. Nice. We'll hang on to Shang-Chi. We'll stand up. I flipped up because I wanted to use X to block, but since Taskmaster is stunned, maybe we'll draw an extra activation in there. We'll keep Shang-Chi. We'll draw into Attack Acrobatics, Nick Fury, Global Logistics, and a Synth Suit. Synth Suit is not a high priority here. We're not taking a ton of attacks, so we'll go here. I'm always going to take damage from this because, again, we're not going to be in hero form that much. And if we ever are in Alter Ego, we're spending a lot of time in Alter Ego, and then we don't have a meditation, we don't have a use for our basic activation, we can just heal. So I'm taking the damage every single time here. Taskmaster is going to attack, or he would, but he's stunned. And then we got an encounter card, which is Photographic Reflexes. When we attack Taskmaster, prevent all the damage, deal an equal amount of damage back to the player's identity, then discard this. Alright, well, we didn't get X to do what X needed to do, but here we are. Let's play Shang-Chi, and we're going to use a Synth Suit to trigger his response to stun Taskmaster. Yeah, we're going to do that. Okay. We will exhaust our hero. We're going to play Nick in Global Logistics to get rid of the shield. Turn off the retaliate. Because a lot of our damage is coming from allies, so retaliate and allies are not good friends. They don't like each other. We will flip down to Natasha. We'll use a Widow's Gauntlet to play another Attack Acrobatics, which will draw us into a Grappling Hook, which we may just hang on to. Shang-Chi will thwart 2 here. And Blocking Bird, I'm not about to deck out. I have a good number of cards. I do want Blocking Bird to get in the reshuffle. Now, we actually could. We got 2, 4. What am I... Grappling Hook. I'll probably hang on to Grappling Hook. So it's 2, 4, 5. And then we have there is a treachery card that would make us discard these cards. So I may as well just go ahead and throw Blocking Bird into Taskmaster. If there was not something that was going to make us discard a ton of cards, I would keep Blocking Bird around just in case we needed like another thwart or something. So there we go. Okay, stand up. We got Grappling Hook. Coulson. Ooh, yes, nice. Widow's Gauntlet. Beautiful. Mansion. Give me that last meditation. Safe House 29 is great. And a Global Logistics. So no meditation. Not yet, at least. We'll add a thread here. Taskmaster would scheme, but he doesn't. Then our encounter card is Hunted by Hydra. Insight 1. Each player in hero form takes 1 damage and discards 1 card at random from their hand. We're fine. Let's go Helicarrier to play another Widow's Gauntlet. We'll use both of these gauntlets to play a Grappling Hook, which will draw us into Meditation. Yes, it happened. Haha. Nice. That's sick. Oh, hype. Yes. Heck yeah. Let's go. Let's go ahead and use Meditation and a Coulson to play a Mansion. We'll use Mansion to draw a card into a Strength. We'll use a Strength to play a Safe House. We can exhaust the Safe House to return a Preparation card in our discard pile to our hand. I'm not 100% sure how many prep cards we have left, to be honest with you. Oh, we got Widow's Bite. Sweet. We'll use Global Logistics. We will exhaust a shield card, which will be Surveillance Team, to look at the top 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we are decking out. So I think I don't want Hydra Soldier. Hydra Soldiers are just annoying. So we'll discard the Hydra Soldier. We will go targeted for elimination. Will be our card dealt to us, because we are going to deck out. We will have to get rid of that at some point, but again, we're not really relying on our basic activations here, so we can exhaust to get rid of target for elimination fairly easily. It's really scary if you are in hero form, but we're not going to be in hero form, which means then we'll get Sentinel dealt to us. Quick Strike doesn't really matter. So, yeah, we're good. That will trigger Sky Destroyer to poke 2 damage. Not an attack, so it does not trigger here. Shang-Chi will go ahead and thwart 2 here, just in case. We've got a Widow's Bite. We're going to hang on to it. We'll stand up. Widow's Bite, Surveillance Team, Global Logistics, Homeland Intervention. We deal ourselves an encounter card, which we know what it is now. I like Shield a lot. I'm a big fan of the Shield archetype. It's also a lot of fun with Taskmaster to go Shield with Global Logistics and find the Captured by Hydras and deal them to yourselves, because the Captured by Hydras are a pretty decent tempo shift. Okay. 2 more cards. We got X and a Nick. Oh, let's go. Hype. We're going to add 1 here. Taskmaster is going to scheme for 2 + 0. It takes us up to 3. Deal this to ourselves. We got targeted for elimination. While you're engaged with the Sentinel minion, you cannot change from hero to alter ego. And as an action, we can exhaust our identity to discard the card. Then we got Sentinel, mark 6 with Quick Strike, which only triggers if you're in hero form. Sweet. Let's go Widow's Gauntlet to play Widow's Bite to draw a card into a Winter Soldier. Sweet. We'll play Winter Soldier for free because we reduce the cost for each prep, and we have 6 preps on the table. Mansion will draw us a card into a Meditation. Interesting. I don't think I'm actually playing Meditation here. I think I'm going to use Nick. I think I'm going to use Meditation because I want to exhaust to get rid of targeted for elimination. I think I'd rather do that. Let's get rid of that. And we're limited on our ally slots already, which we could knock Shang-Chi out. Nah, we'll lean into the deck. We'll lean into the deck. It'll be fun. We also have another global logistics, so we can mess with the top card and make sure that we can flip down with this targeted for elimination. So cool. Okay, Shang-Chi is gonna throw 2 damage here on the Sentinel. Knock him out. Then we've got a Meditation and a Helicarrier to play Nick Fury. I'm gonna draw us 3 cards. Monica, Meditation, and a Global Logistics. It's going to trigger Sky Destroyer to throw 2, and then Nick will punch the mark for the last 2. I think we want to play X here. I feel like X is the better play than Monica, but both kind of work. We'll flip up to Hero Farm, discard to take 2 damage. There goes Shadows. That's nice. Oh, I should have played Global Logistics before then, and then we could have set our boost. That would have been smart. Good players would have done that. The other thing that we could do is, honestly, we could probably skirt and get both Monica and X on the table. Can we? Not quite. Not quite. Don't have a prep card. Ah, that would have been cool. We don't quite have enough money to get both of these onto the table. We'll keep X in our hand. We'll play Monica now. We'll keep X because we don't really need X because we're just going to discard him because Taskmaster's stun. We already have a Nick for a second activation. We should be fine. So I'm going to keep Global. Yeah, we're going to pitch Surveillance Team, Global Logistics, and a Meditation to play Monica. I'm going to go find the Surveillance Team in our deck so we don't draw into it. I'd rather, when I'm playing Monica, I always want to take it from my deck rather than my discard pile. Just because then it's going to be a card that I don't draw into. And if I never want to play it, then take it from the deck. We add a token to every single Surveillance Team. Let's use Global Logistics. We will exhaust the Surveillance Team to look at the top 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be dealt to us. I'm okay with the Hydra Regular being dealt to us. I'm okay, honestly, with the Taskmaster Sword, which would be our second card. We're going to pitch Under Fire and Sentinel Mark. Now, we're not getting a boost card here. This will be dealt to us. We're not going to deck out before our next turn, probably. We have Nick here, so a lot of our card draw is gone. And so Taskmaster Sword, giving Piercing. We don't really have Tufts in this deck, and so I'm not super concerned about that. We're going to use Monica to actually throw a damage in here. Prevent the damage that be dealt to Taskmaster and deal an equal amount of damage to the identity. So that's just a cheap way to get rid of photographic reflexes. And again, I'm not too concerned about my health here. Well, Homeland Intervention, exhaust Surveillance Team, and locate Safe House to clear here. And then we'll start punching. We'll go throw 2 here. Perfect. We'll stand up. And I think I will be looking to trigger some of these grappling hooks. Or actually, no, we're going to use Widow's Bite on the Hydra Regular because we can get that Widow's Bite back really easily. Might as well just take him out with that. We got X, which we're going to hang on to. We'll draw into Homeland. Dum Dum. It is time to play Dum Dum. Dance of Death is also a good time to play this. 2, 4, 5. Go 1. Honestly, we're going to... We'll throw this here. Doesn't matter. We have a lot of thwarting power. We also have an X drop that we're going to do next turn, which will cure all of our issues all the time. Taskmaster, stunned. Hydra Regular will trigger a Widow's Bite. Oops. So this does Insight 1, trigger a Widow Bite to take out the Regular. And then we get to deal a damage using our Widowmaker ability to Taskmaster. Now it's our turn. Let's use... I want to hang on to Dum Dum. So let's use Helicarrier, Agent, Dance of Death to play Oh, Nick Fury has to be discarded at the end of the round. That's a forced response. But then we're going to play Professor X. We'll confuse Taskmaster. We'll use X to thwart here. Mansion will draw us a card into a meditation. There's a dum-dum play. Let's Homeland Intervention. No, I don't think we can. There is not a. So actually, before X thwarts, when there's 3 threat here, we're gonna play Homeland Exhaust to take 2 threat down, but that allows us to trigger Sky Destroyer, which is just some free damage there. And then we'll have X thwart the last little bit. We don't really have a use for X outside of that. I think we're gonna stay in hero form, and just hang on to these cards, but. Oh, that's going to be a boost card, which is fine. We have a blocker, so we can get the full utilization out of X. And so let's just stand up. Oh, actually, Widow is going to punch for 2. Because I get into like this whole like, oh, she doesn't need a basic activation. It could be a little bit of an issue if we draw into a Sentinel minion with targeted for elimination. But we'll approach that situation if it comes. Yeah, Dance of Death, nice. Quake, and a Blocking Bird 2 for 5, nice. Let's go 1. We'll add another one. Taskmaster is going to attack. We'll block with X for 3. It's going to be enough to knock X into the Shadow Realm. And then our encounter card is Captured by Hydra. Let's go! Yeah! Let's go! So there's 2. That was hype. That's fun. 2, 4. Oops. 5. Perfect. It is our turn. I think we'll Mansion for 1, which is a Ready to Rumble. Let's go Winter Soldier, Monica, which is going to knock Monica out. That's going to be 3 threat on Captured by Hydra. Then we are going to I want to exhaust to get rid of targeted for elimination. I'm getting a little concerned about targeted. We have, or honestly, we could exhaust next turn and use meditation to play Dum Dum. So we need 1 more card. Could we play Dance of Death? We could play Dance of Death this turn. Sweet. Taskmaster, I think we get an encounter card. Yeah, but he doesn't really get too much scarier, so we will push him. We'll be able to drop Dum Dum this turn. Clear Capture by Hydra. I'll be home for the ball game. Okay. We need another damage there. Let's go with. Oh, it's really annoying actually. The way that it works out with the Dance of Death, because it would deal 1, 2, and then that 3 would run into the full thing of Taskmaster. Or just like we would deal 1 damage, 2 damage. He'd have 1 damage left, which the 3 damage would run into Taskmaster, which is dumb. I don't think I want to do that. What if instead we play a Blocking Bird? Blocking Bird can come in and deal 3 damage, but then we're kind of at the same situation where we don't have great damage that we can throw. Go Quake. Quake is perfect damage. Let's do that. Ready to Rumble and Blocking Bird. We'll play Quake. Sky Destroyer will take 2. Quake will then also punch for 2. That's going to push Taskmaster into stage 3, deal us an encounter card, and he comes in with 17 health. We are going to flip down, use Meditation, Helicarrier. Actually, let's do this in a different order. Let's use Safe House to pull back Widow's Bite. This is going to just give us more options. I'm going to use Black Widow's Gauntlet to play Widow's Bite, which will trigger mission prep and draw us into an energy. Cool. Nice. Yeah, let's do that. Meditation, Exhaust Our Identity, Energy to play Dum Dum Dugan. Whenever we use one of his basic powers, we can exhaust up to 3 shield cards to give +1 to that power for this use. I think I said that wrong in the other. I was thinking Field Agent when I was talking in the meditation video, but here we are. Okay. Let's go Dum Dum, Helicarrier, Surveillance Team to deal 2 damage to Dum Dum and 6 damage to Taskmaster. Actually, 3 damage to Dum Dum because you take... Nope, just 2. Cool. And that's going to be that. Let's stand up. We will draw 6 cards. We're going to keep Dance of Death. Genius. Beautiful. I think we have Lethal here next turn. Strength. Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's go. 2, 4, 5. And Agent 13. We do have a acceleration icon, so we're going to put 1 there. Taskmaster is going to scheme, but he is confused. We got 2 encounter cards coming our way. The first one, Mimicry. Discard the top 5 cards of your deck. If a thwart card, which we only have 4, we discarded 2. Thwart card was discarded this way. Taskmaster schemes, and we get another card because we discarded our deck. Ugh. So Taskmaster is going to scheme for 3 + 0 and the advance. Nice. So that's going to take this to 7. We've got a Sentinel Mark 5. Targeted for elimination, he attacks us. Ooh, even if you're in alter ego form, we'll block with Quake here. Yeah, we'll block with Quake, just in case there's any indirect damage. I don't think there is, but might as well. And then we've got another Capture by Hydra. We could have some fun with all the Capture by Hydras, but I think instead we're just going to Mansion, draw into Covert Ops. Let's have some fun. Okay, we should be fine. We're going to flip up. We'll discard and take 1 damage. That's fine. Cool. We got Dum Dum, Surveillance, and Safe House to deal 6 damage. Down to 5 health. Then we will use Strength and a Helicarrier to play Dance of Death. Deal 1 damage, deal 2 damage, deal 3 damage. That is what we would call lethal. GG's. Awesome. I hope you enjoyed the Meditation Black Widow. This is one of my favorite styles to play. So if you get a chance to try it out, let me know what you thought of it in the comments, or if there's any changes you would make, because I think that there could be based on the situation that you're going up against. But I appreciate you all. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.